Step into a world where each lantern lights the path to the past, and every turn in the tale is a step back in time. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to join Goo Goo Girl and Goo Goo Gaby on more magical adventures in Lanterns of Lore. In the quaint town of Luminaria, known for its spectacular nighttime glow from countless lanterns, lived two sisters, Goo Goo Girl and Goo Goo Gaby. Their personalities were as different as day and night. Goo Goo Girl was 10, adventurous and a born leader, while Goo Goo Gaby, 8, was thoughtful, meticulous, and often cautious. The small town bustled with modern life, yet cherished deep historical roots, though these were more often celebrated in stories than in daily life. The sisters' favourite place was their great-grandmother's home, a grand old house filled with relics and stories of the past. Grandma Eloise, turning 100 in a few days, was a living archive of their family's history. The upcoming birthday was more than a milestone, it was a bridge to generations past. As the birthday approached, the family gathered at the old house, buzzing with preparations. During a break from setting up, the sisters played their favourite game of hide-and-seek, Goo Goo Girl, hiding. Behind a tapestry, discovered a loose brick. Curious, she nudged it, revealing a hidden alcove with dusty lanterns and scrolls. "Gaby, come over here," she whispered excitedly. Hesitant, Goo Goo Gaby approached. "We shouldn't mess with these, they look ancient." But curiosity won, and together they pulled out a lantern, intricately crafted with gold and embedded crystals, and a scroll as soft as silk. Despite their great-grandmother's strict rule against meddling with unknown artifacts, they opened the scroll and lit the lantern. A brilliant light filled the room, and a gentle breeze seemed to carry them away. When their vision cleared, they were no longer in the familiar setting of their great-grandmother's home, but at a vibrant festival with jazz music filling the air, the Luminaria annual Lantern Festival, but decades in the past. Each lantern they lit took them on a new adventure across different eras. They danced at a 1920s jazz festival, witnessing the origins of Luminaria's name. They marched silently beside their ancestors during the civil rights movement, feeling the weight and the hope of the struggle. These journeys weren't just trips through time, they were lessons in courage, community, and the importance of remembering one's roots. As they travelled, the sisters faced challenges, like the lantern that broke and left them stranded in the past at a critical moment during a great parade in the 1950s. Panic set in until they spotted a familiar face in the crowd, a young man bearing a striking resemblance to the photographs of their great-great-grandfather. He helped them fix the lantern using an old family technique, reminding them the past is to be learned from, not lived in. They returned just in time for the party, now viewing their surroundings with new eyes. The old house wasn't just a fun place to play, it was a testament to the legacy they had just lived through. Inspired, they turned Grandma Eloise's birthday into a grand exhibition of history. They displayed the lanterns and scrolls, recounting each adventure to a captivated audience. At the celebration, Grandma Eloise shared a secret. She had been the guardian of these artifacts, tasked with protecting these stories until the right time to pass them on. Now, she chose Goo Goo Girl and Goo Goo Gaby to continue this legacy. They accepted, honoured, and eager. The party closed with a spectacular display of lights that rivaled the stars above, a reminder of the brightness of their family's past and the light they would carry into the future. But their adventures were far from over. The sisters had unlocked just a part of their family's history, with each lantern still holding countless untold stories and each scroll a mystery to unravel. They knew their journey was just beginning. As new guardians, their mission was to preserve these tales and the spirit of Luminaria, ensuring that the legacy of their ancestors would continue to illuminate the paths of generations to come. In Luminaria, where history glowed as brightly as the lanterns each night, Goo Goo Girl and Goo Goo Gaby became more than just sisters. They became keepers of light, their adventures a beacon for all who believed in the magic of the past. The next morning, after the magnificent birthday party, Goo Goo Girl and Goo Goo Gaby woke up early, eager to explore more lanterns and scrolls. Their great-grandmother, Grandma Eloise, invited them to her study, where the walls were lined with shelves of old books and artifacts. The room smelled of leather and parchment, a testament to the many decades of history it held. "Girls," Grandma Eloise began, her voice tender yet firm, "you have been given a great responsibility. These lanterns are not just tools for seeing the past. They are gateways to understanding and preserving our heritage. You must use them wisely." Goo Goo Girl nodded, her usual exuberance tempered by the weight of her new role. Goo Goo Gaby clutched a scroll, her eyes wide with anticipation. Together, they approached a shelf that held a lantern neither had noticed before. It was smaller, more delicate, encrusted with gems that twinkled in the morning light. Can we try this one, Grandma? Goo Goo Gaby asked, her voice a mix of nervousness and excitement. Grandma Eloise hesitated, then smiled. Yes, but this time I will join you. There is much to learn, and some things are better experienced together. With a flick of a match, the lantern came to life, casting a soft golden glow. The room faded away, and the sisters, hand in hand with their great-grandmother, found themselves standing in a bustling market square many years ago, much older than any of their previous travels. The market was alive with vendors selling fabrics, spices, and handmade crafts. People of all ages moved about, bartering and chatting. The sounds of laughter and music filled the air. In the distance, the younger version of Grandma Eloise, just a child, ran through the crowd, her laughter mingling with the vibrant noises of the market. Watch closely, whispered the older Grandma Eloise. They followed the young Eloise as she stopped at a stall, where an old man gifted her with a small, hand-carved box. This box was my first encounter with our family's legacy. Inside, it was my first scroll, which led me to my first lantern. The scene shifted, and they were now in a quiet library filled with books and scrolls. Young Eloise opened the box, pulling out a scroll that shimmered with a faint light. As she read, her eyes widened with the realization of the responsibility she would someday carry. Returning to the present, Grandma Eloise turned to the girls. Each generation has its guardians. My grandmother passed this duty to me, and now I pass it to you. In the weeks that followed, Goo Goo Girl and Goo Goo Gaby dedicated themselves to learning about each lantern and scroll. They visited moments of joy and periods of struggle, each journey enriching their understanding of their family's history and its role in the community. They documented their findings, combining tales from the past with their contemporary insights, creating a living history project for Luminaria. The project quickly became the heart of the community, with local schools and historians contributing to the growing archive. As they grew older, the sisters expanded their efforts beyond Luminaria, sharing their family's legacy and the lessons learned from the past with a broader audience. They organized exhibitions and educational programs, turning the stories held by the lanterns into beacons of learning and inspiration. Years passed, and the sisters became respected custodians of their heritage. The once hidden alcove in Grandma Eloise's house was now a public museum, safeguarding the lanterns and scrolls for future generations. Goo Goo Girl and Goo Goo Gaby, now women with families of their own, taught their children the importance of their history, ensuring that the legacy of the guardians would continue. Under the luminous glow of Luminaria's lanterns, the town thrived, a vibrant testament to the past and a hopeful beacon for the future. And in this light, Goo Goo Girl and Goo Goo Gaby stood not just as sisters, but as guardians of their family's lore. Their journey's a reminder that history, when remembered and revered, can illuminate the darkest paths and guide the way forward for generations to come. As our lanterns dim, we're reminded of the enduring glow of heritage and the warmth of family legacies. If this journey through time has inspired you, please like and share, and stay tuned for more heartwarming tales right here.